Hello and welcome to the fifth module of Artist to Earner. After I took a couple of weeks off, I've been hitting some festivals, working all over the country, and yeah, now I'm back. So today we are going to be talking about messaging, speaking to the soul and crafting a message that connects. If your audience feels understood, they will trust you to lead them. So the core outcome of this module is to have a clear, powerful message that grabs attention, speaks directly to your ideal customer, and makes them feel like your offer was made for them. The overview of this module is you've now chosen your niche, you know who you're serving, now you need to say it in a way that cuts through the noise. Your message isn't just words, it's how people connect to your brand emotionally and decide if you're for them. Clarity creates connection, connection creates conversations. So, the first breakdown of this lesson is why messaging is everything. People don't buy services, they buy results, emotions, and relief. Messaging is how you describe the problem and the promise in a way that clicks with people. When someone says, "Oh my god, that's me, they're talking to me, they're resonating with me," your job is done. One of a great examples of this is my friend Jack Wood Guitar. He's also my guitar teacher and someone that I work with as well. Um, and he really told me about the messaging he uses is things like navigate the fretboard or being stuck in a rut. These are common phrases that guitarists find themselves using when they're stuck. So these are phrases and words that he really leans into. So you really want to think about sort of buzzwords and phrases that people that you're trying to sell to, or people that are your ideal sort of customers or clients, what they say, what they speak, what they resonate with, because everyone has their own language. And if you kind of think of your ideal customer, like we went through in the previous video, having their own language per se, if you can tap into that language, what you say will far greater resonate with them, and therefore they'll be more likely to trust you and to allow you to lead, as I previously mentioned. So let's craft your core message. Within this worksheet, you will define the core problem your audience is facing, the transformation that you deliver, what makes you different, 3 to 5 phrases for your audience that they would actually say. Sorry, it's been a long day. Objections that they might have and how you'll handle them, and your core "I help them" statement. So, you really want to have a formula, which is this example that I made is I help a specific person who has a problem achieve a result without frustrating thing that they want to avoid. And an example of this could be I help underground rappers mix industry level vocals from home without spending thousands on gear. I help female indie artists build bold brands that get seen without being cringe or salesy. I help producers get consistent clients without posting beats every day. And I help music entrepreneurs build profitable businesses without burning out or being taken advantage of. So let's move on to the worksheet. Speak so your audience feels heard and says, "This is for me." This is exactly what we've literally just spoken about. And once you know your niche and ideal customer, it's time to craft your messaging that connects. Use this worksheet to write powerful messaging that cuts through the noise and attracts the right people. Again, I'm just going to stop here just a second. If you want these worksheets, they are in the WhatsApp group chat, which is in the link in the description in this video. Completely forgot to drop that in. It's been a couple of weeks. Please don't kill me. But yeah, if you want these, they're in the chat, so go and find them. So, what is the number one problem your audience is dealing with right now? So, in my case, it would be they don't know how to turn their music or creative skills into consistent income, and they're overwhelmed with information yet lacking real guidance or a roadmap. Number 2, what is the biggest transformation that you help them achieve? So what I do is, beforehand, they're confused, undervalued, stuck with no clear path to monetize their craft. And after I've worked with them, they're confident, empowered, and make money doing what they love in a business that they believe in. What is the boldest way you can describe what you do? So for me, I help independent artists and creatives escape the starving artist trap and build profitable music businesses without selling out or selling their soul. So what are 3 phrases that I might use to speak to my audience? Or well, actually, what my audience might say. Again, it's been a long day. Please forgive me. I just want to make a living from my music. I've got the talent, but I don't know how to market or monetize it. I'm tired of posting content and getting nowhere. Another one is people just don't know where to start, or they feel stuck. There's all sorts of phrases that you're only really going to discover what they are by exposing yourself to your audience. What objections will they have to your solution? So a typical objection, which if you don't know what objection is basically a reason why they're not keen. It's kind of like them pushing back towards working with you. It's an objection. It's they're objecting towards working with you because of a specific reason. So I've tried courses before and nothing worked. I don't have a big audience yet. I'm not ready, good enough to sell something. Again, it could be financial objections. That is usually a thing, and people often dress up a financial objection into many different forms. But I go really deep into objections and sales and stuff like that within Hendrick Academy. But for now, yeah, these are just basic objections. And again, I can't tell you what's going to work for your audience. You're going to have to kind of figure out that yourself. But it's one of those. It's not impossible to figure out. You just need to understand who you're selling to and how they communicate their feelings, their frustrations, everything else in between. So how will you overcome those objections? Show proof of real transformations from artists just like them. Teach them how to build offers without needing a big audience. Emphasize progress over perfection. They can build while improving. Offer value upfront and prove you're different. Free workshops, wins, mini offers. You could do like a free YouTube program like I've done, or host like webinars, seminars, or just hop on calls with them just for the sake of it. Really try and over deliver value. Perhaps it's completely up to you. Completely depends on where you are in this journey as well. So what language do they respond to emotionally and culturally? Straight talking but uplifting. Community, realness, creative freedom. Words like underground, purpose, blueprint, real artist, freedom, independence, from zero to something. Messaging that feels empowering, rebellious but strategic, like they're building a creative empire on their own terms. Because that's one of the hardest part about the music industry, is if you want to build something big, quite often people are scared that they won't have creative control and they will be building something not on their terms. So what I do is, obviously, I'm building businesses for independent artists, which means that we're building it on their terms. It means that it's not like I come in, take half of their business, and then I have a complete say in everything that we do. Again, this is just something that I figured out, and it was something that I figured out for myself as well. Hence why I'm an entrepreneur, because I want to do everything on my own terms, which I found to be a powerful message as well, because that's just what creators want to do, that's what entrepreneurs also want to do. And finally, what is your core message in one sentence? You don't need fame to win. You just need the right strategy, belief, and community to build a creative life on your own terms. And again, you don't need to be famous. I'm not famous. I literally have like 250 Instagram followers. And I'd say I'm doing all right for myself. You just need, belief in yourself, because this is a long, difficult road. Lots of late nights, lots of, self-criticism, everything else in between. So self-belief, obviously the right strategies, people around you, and everything else in between. So this is kind of what I've nailed, because I've spent a lot of time understanding my ideal client and my target customer. So lesson 3 is, you want to really lean into emotional versus logical messaging. So logical messaging could be, for example, learn how to set up your recording chain, whereas emotional messaging is sound like a pro, even if you've never stepped in a studio. Your dream customer buys emotionally, they justify logically. So this is a huge thing in sales as well, as you never really want to sell your system or what you do. You want to sell the lead, the client, the person, the end result. And again, that is selling using emotion rather than logic. You're really building the image of in their head of where they will be if they buy your product and they allow you to help them. That is exactly how you go about being emotional, rather selling with emotional rather than logic. Sorry, I've just seen my camera is on 0%, so I need to rush through this. Lesson 4, write your core message. Put it all in together and lock it in. Who do you help? What do you help them do? What makes your approach different or better? And why is now the time? And again, you want to come back to that formula. I help X to do Y without Z. So hopefully by the end of this module now, you will walk away with your core brand message, your elevator pitch, and the language you'll use in your content, website, pitch deck, DMs, everything else in between. So people immediately understand what you do and why it matters. If you've made it this far, give yourself a huge pat on the back. I'm sorry I had to rush this end bit, but I'm literally staring at my camera, showing that there's no battery, and I really don't want to cut it off mid-yap. So as I mentioned, these documents are available in the link in the description in the video, in the WhatsApp group chat. You can also get support through all of this in there. It's completely free, and you'll meet like-minded people on a similar path to you. There's, I believe, 2 more modules from this coming out, so they will be out later on this week. I'm back making content again. I was consistent for like 3 to 4 weeks to a month, and then I went to a few festivals, worked a few festivals, and honestly, it's long days, don't really get much sleep, sucks the life out of me, so I just needed a break from content. And yeah, I'm looking forward to wrapping this up and moving on to the next project. If you have any questions, you're stuck with anything, or you want to give any feedback, please drop it in a comment, send me a DM, literally anything else in between. I love hearing from you, and it just makes everything so much better, because if I hear from you, I can work on these things to make them better for you, to make them more valuable if I know what you like, what you don't like, everything else in between. So I've been Gwethan, you've been amazing, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.